All right, guys. Do you have it now? Welcome to our national podcast. Welcome to our international podcast. Welcome to our international podcast, folks. We are so happy that you guys are here. Welcome to our international podcast. Happy Independence, folks. Happy 56. Happy 56. I do have in studio with me the one and only Julia Finance, co-host for the Below the Bell podcast. She,
I am here,
yeah,
guys.
she is.
I am here.
Yeah,
Happy Independence.
yeah,
Happy 56 Guyana.
yeah.
How are you guys
You've been here for
doing?
half the time.
You know,
I'm just a little bit on them.
just a little bit on
There's
there.
a tad.
I wasn't into existence as yet. So let us know, what does it mean to you? What does independence mean to you? Let us know how you feel. Are we in a better position today than we were 10, 20 years ago? Let us know how you're feeling. But a whole lot for us to reflect on as to where we came from, where we are now, and more importantly, where we want to be heading as we move forward as a country.
Yep, 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 yep.
One
Send,
people, one
yeah,
nation, one
yeah,
destiny. What does it mean to us
yeah.
today?
Send those voice notes in. Send those voices. We'll be happy to play them. Happy Independence, folks. Chamika Williams, and I see the guys singing, hearing us loud and clear. We're happy about that. I see Andrew Cuthbert is here, and Gloria Gordon is here. Sherlyn Juice Tendry, Hazelin King. Marlon Thomas is here as well.
Yeah, that is
Good
correct.
people, good,
That's
good folks.
correct. And I see you, Marlon Thomas. I see you in the comment section there, guys. Gloria Gordon. I see Paul Passad, Donald Liverpool, GT Boy. Good afternoon to
Yeah.
you, Sir Courtney October. Saying good afternoon, and Tamika Williams. I see Tamika Williams is doing the dance and all of that in the comment section. Amanda Daniels, hey Mans. I see you, girl, and I see all of those emojis. I see Edward Gonzalez from the Bronx.
Yep. Sherry Baskin, Greenwich from Barbados, too.
Oh my goodness.
I
I
like
see
me some foreign folks.
Whiskey Session is joining. Listening,
Yep,
listening,
yep,
listening.
yep. Good to have you here, Whiskey.
Desiree Hollingsworth. Hey Desiree, how are you guys? How are you planning on spending tomorrow's 56th independent anniversary? Let us know what you're doing. We had quite an interesting discussion earlier this morning on the FYI program with Mr. Winston Jordan. Him actually speaking about
Yep, believe it or not.
what they were doing
Yep,
back then when he was
yep.
in school, and how they
Wooden
used to
buses and so.
celebrate. Yes, how they used to celebrate
Yeah, yeah,
independence and the activities for
yeah,
I think he said Youth Week.
yeah.
That was during that same time. So what is going on right now. I know that there's a lot of activity right now in the schools as well, but I don't think they're so much geared towards the patriotic aspect of independence. I know the activities is like a career day
Hmm.
and such is going on right now in our
Gotta get a
schools.
walk.
Yeah,
Gotta get a walk.
but independence, so much for us to talk about, and I'm gonna say it again, so much for us to reflect on where we
Yes, guys.
came from, where we are today, and how do we move forward to where
So,
we should be as a country, where we need to be.
so let us know what stands out to you guys.
Hmm.
Guyana of old for Mr. Jordan, Vincent Jordan, was that old school bus, the wooden school buses. What stood out to you in Guyana of old, and what are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to?
That's the first time I heard a story about the wooden school buses that you had. Basically, you put your cargo at the top, so you have
You
your
don't get in this
produce
business. You don't get in this business.
at the top. So that wasn't. I think that stuck with me from this morning because this first, I'm gonna go home and ask my mother about it. Believe it or not. But and my mother was born and raised in a region 7 also, so
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure that she didn't have that experience. That was more coastlanders to have that experience, because I can tell you that there wasn't any bus there, more so a wooden school bus back then. I can tell
Hmm.
you that, so
Yeah, yeah. There's so many directions we could have gone in. So many directions we could have gone in. Perhaps should have gone in. And as you guys queue up those voice notes for us, let us know. What are you thinking as we celebrate 56 years as an independent nation, quote unquote, as an independent nation,
yeah.
quote unquote, as an independent nation. Let us take you back to 1956, I think it is. And here is the inaugural speech by Forbes Samson Burnham, having just won the election in 1964. Right? You know,
Mm-hmm.
have we gotten to some of these aspirations these many years later, have we gotten to some of these aspirations? Take a listen, folks, and we expect your voice to share the damn live stream. Smash that emoji button for us. Smash, smash, smash it, guys. And we take some of your comments on the other side. We got another piece of audio we want you guys to hear as well. Here's Lyndon Forbes Sampson Burnham, 1964. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, yep, yep. Yep. Yep.
A hard and at times bitter campaign has come to an end. On the results, the People's National Congress, in the interests of peace and stability in Guyana, has agreed with the support of the United Force to form the government. One of the more serious tasks facing us at this moment is the attainment of independence at the earliest point of time. One of the disturbing features of the election, which we have noted, is the apparent cleavage existing in our society, brought about by colonialism and 7 years of mismanagement and misrule. It has come to our knowledge that despite the years of disaster suffered by the people of this country, a large section of the electorate was persuaded against its best interests to vote for the party formerly in power as a result of the dishonest and opportunist propaganda that, unless that party was returned to power, those people would suffer. The new government, headed by me, intends to show by its actions in the immediate future, and indeed throughout its term of office, that this is not true. The problem of racial cleavage, racial antagonism, and distrust, which the last government allowed to develop during its term of office, is still with us. But our government recognizes this as a challenge which it intends to accept and which it is determined to overcome. My government considers that it is a matter of the greatest importance and the utmost urgency that an atmosphere of relaxation be established immediately. The reduction of tension, which is already apparent and which will become more pronounced with every passing day, when it is realized that not only are we intent on being fair and just, but also that we have at our disposal the means to carry out our intention, is merely the first fruits of our attainment of office. Enemies of this country would like to see racial division and antagonism continue. They will not have that satisfaction. The government recognizes that its duty is to rule in the interests of all the people of this country. It will dispel the fears of the apprehensive and confound the hopes of those who seek the destruction of this country. To be specific, this government holds that all the people of this country are equally important, whether they belong to a large group or to a small group. To us, the Amerindians are important. To us, the Chinese are important. To us, the Portuguese are important. To us, the Europeans are important. To us, the mixed races are important. To us, the Africans are important. To us, the Indians are important. In short, all Guyanese are important and valued members of our community, and we cherish them and consider that as a government, it is our duty and privilege to guard, protect, and further the real interests of all. It would appear that the would-be destroyers of this country have sought to convince our Indian citizens that they have cause to fear because of the removal of the former government. We can assure our Indian citizens here and now that rather than cause for fear, they have much to hope for from the new government. This government is not bent on the confiscation of property. This government will not pursue policies likely to bring the races into collision. This government will maintain law and order. This government, while in office, will never declare its impotence to see that the lives and property and personal safety of any citizens are protected. We are fully aware that attempts will be made in the future, as in the past, to create disturbances. All of us know who are likely to create disturbances and who think that they have some benefit to be derived from chaos and violence. We have no benefit to derive from such things, and we will stamp out firmly and ruthlessly any disruption of the calm and studied and steady progress which we are determined to establish and maintain in this country for the good of all. We ask for time, patience, understanding. The damage done over the last 7 years cannot be repaired in a day. We cannot and will not condone and accept the nepotism and corruption of the past 7 years. Changes are necessary, and changes will be made. But no one who is honest and possessed of ability need have the least apprehension. The results of the election and the formation of our government are not to be considered a victory for one party, but a triumph for the whole Guyanese people. There is nothing to gloat over. Nobody is pantab. But all of us are, I am sure, sobered by the realization of how near we came to having our country destroyed, and how arduous were our endeavors to give this country the chance to live, to breathe, to survive. It has been reported to me that some established organizations have made representations to the British government about Guyanese affairs. I wish to announce that in the immediate future, I shall seek to hold discussions with the Mahasabha, the Hindu organization, the United Sadr Islamic Anjuman, ASCRIA, GALE, the Chinese Association, and of course with the Archbishop of the West Indies, the Roman Catholic Bishop of Georgetown, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, the Congregational Conference, the Methodist Body, and other religious and cultural organizations. My purpose as Premier is to establish a consultative democracy. And now that the majority of the Guyanese electorate has declared in favor of the government in power, it is my wish that Guyanese in and out of the legislature, with malice towards none and goodwill towards all, will settle down to the engaging task of binding up the nation's wounds and charting a new course, a new road of peace and prosperity for Guyana.
So wow, so much said there. As we reflect on where we came from,
The
guys,
economic
continue to join this podcast. Continue to share it as we continue our reflection of where we came from, where we are today, and where we are heading, and where more so you want to see us heading after 56 years as an independent
Where we there?
nation. Where are we
Want to
right
hear
now?
from you guys? So y'all rock and come in with those voice notes, please. Y'all know the number 627-6963.
That is
Rock
correct.
and come in with the voice note 627-6963. That is the number. I do think we have someone. 627-6963. That's the one number we have. 627-6963. And we're going to be pleased to take those voice notes. 627-6963.
I am seeing the comments in the comment section. I am seeing Susan Scipio there, and Maxine and Monroe saying happy 56th and independence to all MPs and families and the great fighters that are always on the live morning and noon and night pace and power.
All the way.
So To everyone that is always doing their part out there every single day, where are we today? Are we better off than we were 10, 20 years
Yeah.
ago? And where do you want to see us go as a nation when it comes to independence? 56 years.
56 years. I think we have a contributor.
Good morning, Sherrod, Dorita, and other viewers, followers of your program. I remember independence, May 26, 1966. I was a girl in primary school, and I remember my father taking us to the seawall to view the royal yacht, the Britannica, coming in to hand over the instruments of independence.
Wow.
What does independence mean to me?
Wow.
I'm out of Guyana. Guyana remains the land of my birth, and I love it dearly. But what independence or what is being independent is a far cry from what independence really is. There has been so much destruction, and our country is going through a period of, there aren't enough words to describe exactly where we are as an
Indeed.
independent nation.
Indeed.
It's 56 years. Of course, we have a lot that we can hold on to say, yes, we have been there, done that, and there is still room for growth. There is so much more to be done. There should be a, a program for national pride and nationhood. It's lost. Those national songs which were sung with such gusto and feelings, those songs are no longer sung. There must be some way that the generation, the youths of today, be brought back to understand what an independent nation means and what independence means to us. You cannot be independent if you are still fighting against each other. How can we cross that barrier? There is so much more that can be said. There is so much more that can be done. But I will just say, happy independence, Guyana. Long live Guyana, and long live the citizens of Guyana. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that, Jarita.
Happy Independence to you. I hear the words and the emotion all together in that
Yes,
voice
yes. People
note,
want to see this country move forward, man.
Everyone
Want to see
wants
this
that.
country move
Everyone
forward.
wants
Want to see the
that.
country move forward. Yep, yep, yep. And here's a bit for a shock. Oh, let me take another contributor as we hear. We have another contributor. Let's take this one.
Sheridan Jurita, good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, Marlon.
Viewers, good afternoon. Sherrod, let me tell you something.
Tell me.
From my point of view, this is the worst history ever in the history of Guyana. Um, for my 60 plus years on the face of this God forsaken earth, this turnaround of the PPP is the first time I have ever seen or experienced racism to its best. It is blatant, it is disrespectful, and all ways that you could think about. The 23 years of the PPP, it was bad. But this 18 months of the illegal installed PPP, it is worse. It is
Agreed.
worse.
Agreed.
Forbes Burnham was trying. He tried his best for the Guyanese people under independence. As a child growing up, I knew about patriotic songs in schools. It was a part of our school curriculum. You had to know all of them. You had to know them. And the PPP is trying to erase that nonsense. They need to reintroduce it back into the schools We know about general knowledge. We knew about broadcasts to schools one day in every week. In those days were radio. You got a radio and you get broadcast to schools. And then your teacher question you on it. You don't got those things going on now. We used to have guidance and all these things in schools. These people are trying to erase every iota thing that they can think about in the history. And I want the East Indians to know that the PPP party was formed by Burnham and Cheddi. There is where it was formed.
Indeed,
Between Burnham
indeed.
and Cheddi. They were the two founder leaders of the PPP. I really just can't understand what is going on in this country. Instead of we moving forward, every time the PNC go into power and they try to move one step forward, we going 100 steps backward. And for all of the people them who talking, oh, what the coalition do in 5 years, technically I want all of those numbskulls, dunces, trench crappers and jagabats understand well that technically the coalition was only there for 3 years to perform. And for me, they did a damn lot. They did a lot. Without oil money, comparing to now that they have oil money and the PPP is squandering it out left, right, and center. And these people just sitting down to talk trash. I don't know. The 56 years of independence, we should have been with gold spoon. Every Guyanese should have been enjoying the 56 years of independence. Instead of that, instead of enjoying it, we have our nurses keep running out. They're running for the lack of more money, for a better wage to improve their life. I haven't seen not much betterment from Burnham to now. Granger is trying. What? He get pushed out the government.
Yep.
I'm going to say one thing that we got to do better.
Much
We have to
better.
do much better.
Agreed.
Because this is unbecoming. It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. Things got to go better than this. This is not good enough.
Agreed. Things
But
gotta go
all in
better.
all, I am just disappointed in the 56 years. I'm disappointed. When Burnham tell me feed, clothes, and house, oh no. I was a teenager at that time when he was saying feed, clothes, and house the nation. But they were not interested in that because I could remember clearly that the National Service at Kimbia, they used to produce cotton. We used to get cotton. Plus, we used to get the cotton cloth that we had with brown cloth for make we uniform and the cream cloth where everybody used to wear cream and brown and they used to call it Burnham bedding and we used to enjoy wearing it. Now everything just gone down the drain because I could remember clearly we had a textile mill. It was somewhere in South Rumfield.
Sonata Textile Mill, East Rambler, the
Anyways,
back road.
I'm disappointed in the 56 years. At least this era of the 56 years, the 23 years of the PPP, and this 2 years, that's 25 out of the 56 years of the PPP. I'm very much disappointed in it.
Thanks, Marlon, for that. Thanks for that. Thanks a lot. And here is Cheddi Jagan, former president as well. We started with Forbes Burnham, premier then President Forbes Burnham, and
Correct.
same with Cheddi Jagan, premier then president. Here is Cheddi Jagan talking about being self-sufficient.
Yeah, both individuals
being
contributing so
self-sufficient. You don't
heavily
hear a lot about
to
Cheddi
our
Jagan now. You
to our
don't hear.
history.
Yeah.
But I think the current PVP is trying to wipe out his name and history and
Yeah.
what he stood for altogether.
Yeah.
Yep. But we're gonna show appreciation for everyone that played their part in how
Yeah.
we got to where we are. In our independence altogether.
Correct is right. So, folks, here's Cheddi Jagan talking about being self-sufficient. Believe it or not.
Therefore, if we want to get out of poverty, therefore, if we want to get out of poverty, if we want to get out of hunger, we need not to put all our eggs in one basket. We must, we must get our farmers to become multicultural so far as agriculture is concerned. Not just to produce rice, produce livestock, cows, for milk, and also for meat. Other livestock, other crops, poultry, and so forth. Why should we be importing chicken from outside?
Mhm.
Why? Why should we supporting Kentucky fries when they're importing chicken from outside? We must go to the other company which is using local chicken. This is my view. We must use what we must consume, what we produce. Why should we? Why should we import chicken from outside? Why should we import milk from outside? In the 1950s and 60s, there was so much food and milk. It was practically given away. We used to put them on trucks and take them in Albaiston and different places and give it away. We had so much milk. We used to give it to the hospital and the farms, what we couldn't sell. Why is it, having achieved that way back in the 50s and 60s, today we have to import milk from all parts of the world?
Yep. That's former premier and president Cheddi Jagan. Folks, talk about self-independence. So much you can examine. So much you can examine. 56 years. Whenever your political ideology, if hearing, Cheddi inflames you, well, I know you got a little way to go.
Yeah. Well,
If hearing Burnham, make your back start scratching, you might need something.
yeah, most definitely. We talk so much about moving forward, and the whole aspect of having to appreciate our history altogether.
Mm-hmm.
But then if we have that sense of divisiveness still within our own
Mm-hmm.
hearts and mind, we have a long way to go ourselves.
This one Guyana,
Introspection.
serious, this one Guyana thing.
One people, one
Yeah,
nation, one destiny. But you know
that's it.
what? When we are listening to all that was said by these former leaders, persons that were here from the inception, and we hear a lot of the same rhetoric. I dare say,
Yeah, yep,
a
yep,
lot of
yep.
the same things. You heard Cheddi Jagan there speaking about consuming what you produce, and you heard LFS Burnham himself speaking about the same thing. So we are here much of the same rhetoric, and it's important for us to go back to our history, understand all that was before, and so much so that we understand why we are where we are today,
Correct,
and on what aspects are being used, and on what aspects are being erased, so that we believe that we are so different as a people altogether. But
correct,
we may be more common than different. We may find that we have more commonalities and differences as we look back and reflect on that where we came.
yeah, correct. Respect and manners. I think we have a contributor. Let's take a listen.
Hi, good day, Sharon.
Good day, good
And
day, good day.
Keto.
Good day.
I want to get a little bit of short comments. I hope that you all accept it, but it won't be too nice. Patriotism has been finished in Guyana from since 5 years after 1985. Patriot, the patriotism of people in Guyana has been washed away. One example, we could make a test case. You take the whole PPP party and you choose each one of them to stand up and say the pledge to a forum, I bet you might only find 5 can say it. I'm finished.
Yes, well, a pretty strong
I hear you.
comment
We hear
there,
you.
you know, and I have to
We
say
hear
that
you.
we have been hearing a lot of those, so that's why we encourage persons to say what it means to you, and that's a very interesting perspective coming
Correct.
from that
Correct.
contributor there, and I want to say that sir, you are not the only one that feels that way. We have a lot of people that feel that way, and I dare say that that is what we need to acknowledge when we say and we talk about moving forward. How much has it deteriorated over the years, and how much work we need to put into making sure that we move forward in a positive direction from this point forward. 56 years of independence.
Correct is right.
We have a lot of work
56
to do.
years. 56 years long, folks. 56 years long. We have another contributor.
Hello, Sherrod and Jerita, and all of my Guyanese, brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, everybody, the Guyanese family. Happy, happy, happy independence. And, I'm listening the program, and I'm so honored and blessed to know that you guys could put us in this position, because we know how it go with, with news and with the information going out, and so, within our country, the type of political atmosphere we have, So I have a few points, or a few things concerning our independence, and how I see Guyana from then to now. Well, I was born in 1970. I was born in 1970, and I wasn't there when we had it, when we had the independence. But I mean, I grew and I learned, because in the 70s, coming up to the 80s, and so Guyana and Guyanese, we were real patriotic. We were real patriotic, and something that hurts me right now is to see that all those patriotism is through the window. It's through the window. And there is the evidence to show. There's the evidence to show. And I know, because of all those patriotisms gone through the window, I don't think that our founding fathers, in Comrade Forbes Burnham and Comrade Cheddi Jagan, their souls, or they are all resting in peace. I know they're not resting in peace to see what is going on in our beautiful country. Look the kind of things we have, Sherrod and Jerita. Look the kind of things we have at our disposal. You know, and you ask some of the kids of today about Burnham, and about Forbes Burnham especially, because of this vindictiveness, because of this selfishness, because of racism, because of one-sidedness. And let me tell you, one person responsible for everyone, for all of our indifferences and so on, that is Barajak View. Yeah. The most evil and wickedest politician that could ever grace the face of the earth. At least this is my opinion. It's my opinion. And because of him, the way he rule, he rule by race. When he can't get, when he see that the Indians, our Indian brothers and sisters, standing up to certain things, all he could respond to is with the race tactics, and twist their minds, and so against each other. And he feels so comfortable to know that look, it's not something that I really like to say, because I know I grow amongst Indians, and I know they are very, very good Indians. Very good Indians. And just like blacks, if you poison any race mind, they will take a lane. They would take a lane. And by Jack Dio, you know that he's very skillful in this, and he's pray for our innocent and honest, loving Indian brothers and sisters, for his own damn personal gains. But it's just time. It's just time.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about our independence, we haven't improved. We go, we down more than up. Our patriotism out of our country is out. You don't hear people bragging and boast and singing songs about Guyana. I sure if you ask If and Ali to say, just can't say the fourth stanza of the of our and sing the fourth or the second stanza of our national anthem. You don't know because nobody don't look. Those things don't be preaching in school. Even the children, you don't know because what the days we living in now is with handouts and with eat a food and make a bread. That is all. And all our wealth is just being given away, sell out Sarah and Lynch. You know, for me, that woman is a wicked woman. Because if you're representing a country that is let's say the world police is supposed to be balanced. And look what is going on in our beautiful Guyana. It's a shame. It's a shame. Well, Barjagio don't have. So I needless say it's a shame on Barjagio because he don't have none. But it's a shame for those who might claim that they love our country. Shame on those that is raping our country. It's a shame on them. But we will get through someday. We will get through someday. We will get through, and it is going to come a time when Afro Guyanese, our Indian brothers and
Mm-hmm.
sisters, our
Mm-hmm.
Amerindian brothers and sisters of all the different ethnicities that make up our wonderful Guyana. It is going to come a time where we going to be able to sit and enjoy the good wealth of our country. We are going to reach that stage. But
Well said. Well
to
said.
stay
Mhm.
where we are
Well said.
with our independence, mm-mm. We, 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 we haven't improved at all. We haven't, and it's sad to say that. That is just my piece. Thank you so much, and forgive me for staying so long.
That's all
I
right.
know
That's
that
all
I
right.
was
Many
so
rivers to cross.
mad at the situation that it would cause me to talk whole day, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't use up all those things.
Yeah.
But thanks for having me, and stay blessed. Stay
All
blessed.
right.
It's hard for me to say happy Independence, Guyana, because we are not happy.
Mhm.
We got many rivers to
Strong,
cross. Many,
strong words.
many rivers to cross.
Extremely strong words there from that contributor there, and I have to say that I have to agree. I have to agree. He was spot on with so many things, and it's so important for us to be able to look back, especially when it comes to the words of our national anthem and so forth. I remember being particularly drawn to the third stand of the national anthem that says, "Great land of Guyana, diverse through our strength. We
Mm-hmm.
are born of their sacrifice, heirs of their pains. And ours is the glory their eyes did not see, one land of six people, united and free." Those words, you sing it and mean something. It should mean something to us, but where are we today? Does it actually mean something to everyone in
Correct.
Guyana? And is it something that persons even know? The young people in the
Yeah.
schools, do they know these words and understand the deep embedded meaning in every
Do
word
they? Do they?
that
Do
is
they? Do
said?
they? Yeah.
Very important for us to be able to look back and understand all of that.
Yeah. Here's
That.
another contributor. Here's
Mhm.
another contributor.
Good afternoon, Sherwood. Good afternoon, Jerita.
Good afternoon,
To
sir.
me, independence means much more than I can explain to me. And I could remember as a young boy taking about with my grandmother taking all of us down. We went to the flag raising and everything. It was so emotional. And when LFSB Burnham gave that speech there, he was a visionary. He saw what will happen. He almost tell us what will happen to us if we don't take steps in certain ways. And everything that Forbes Burnham did was the interest of Guyanese, not of himself. Now, what Mr. Burnham spoke in that speech is actually what he know would happen to Guyanese in Guyana
Hmm.
if certain people take over. That's why you use the term viciously. You seek to remove them, but everybody take it down differently. I remember in 1992 when PV was declared winner of the election. I could literally saw tears coming out my grandmother's eyes. She said, "Lord, what is this? What's going to happen to us?" Remember, she lived through the six. She lived through the uprising time. She knew it. She knew about it. My mom was overseas. She called. She said, "May God have mercy on us." So as I was growing up, these things that my grandmother and parents used to tell me that happened and took place, and what I could, as a young man, saw growing up, I was sort of prepared for it. But I tried to weather the storm, and I came through. When in 2015, when the election thing broke, I was a sigh of relief for me because I thought it was a break with the country, and that is where our people fell back. We failed to take a strong hold, and things became relaxful and was taking the PPP for granted. And now the people is back in power. They come to finish off what they started, and that is where we got to be very careful because they will go at no length. They will go the extra mile, and they will do it because they don't care. Because then they're saying, so when we out of power, our family, our friends, and everybody, our communities will be well satisfied. We can go somewhere else and live. But that is not it. Independence to a country it means development. Even though you're out of power, you're supposed to take over from where the other parties left off and develop upon it. But you see, everything that Burnham did, or the PNC did, or the Apna Coalition did, the PPP is destroying it. They don't care anything about Guyanese. They don't care about independence. You see, most of them, Jack Joe and them, Bailey was baby, some of them didn't even born. So they don't know the feelings of it, what's the pride in it. All of the schools used to sing patriotic tunes. Whether you're Catholic, Hindus, whatever, we did sing patriotic tunes. And it brings a sense of pride in the youth. Everything that would make the youth in Guyana have sense of pride, they disbanded. We used to have youth parades, used to have youth forums, everything the PVP destroyed. Now they're leaving us in the hands of those tigers. And then to crown it off, I'm surprised that some of the elder Negroes, the elder Negroes, brown nose one in the PPP party, they know what we went through, and still they're joining with them to cruel this nation, and they're feeling peace, but they're bare ending. But all I'm saying, let us try to think ahead and have a happy independence to all Guyanese, home and abroad.
Yep, yep, yep,
Thank
yep,
you
yep.
very much.
Yep. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. I think we're gonna jump right to another contributor. I think we got William here.
Hi, good afternoon,
Good afternoon,
Cheryl.
sir.
I came up in Guyana pre and post independence with some of the best minds. Mr. Burnham picked some of the best minds to run Guyana. People like Ranji Chandy Singh, uh, um, people like Fred Wills, Sonny Ramphal, Dr. Kenneth King, Dr. Curly King, Winifred Gaskin, and all of these great minds. Today, I am highly disappointed, though not surprised, at the wishy washy types running this country.
I hear you, my brother. I hear you. The wishy-washy types running this country. And let's take another one quickly. The
Hi,
wishy-washy type folks.
Sharon and Jerita. Good afternoon,
Good
and
afternoon,
good
Rakan. Come in.
afternoon to the viewers. With mixed feelings, today I want to send out Independence greetings to my Guyanese brothers and sisters. You know, with the advent of oil, I thought the whole of Guyana would have been rejoicing this independence because knowing that Guyana would have had something for them. But you ask the average Guyanese out there, they are hopeless. They in no way see like a bright future for Guyana. Only the few who would have been inheriting the sweet. You ask the average young person what they're thinking about, they will tell you their aspiration is to get out of Guyana. And why this is so? Because they're hopeless, because of what they're seeing is going on. There's no equity. And because of that, many young people are disillusioned, even the adults.
Mm-hmm.
People
Mm-hmm.
under 25, they really don't know those patriotic songs. Don't take it for granted. You go in an audience that have young people, 25 and under. When they're saying the national anthem, look and see how many of them knows the entire words.
Yeah, yeah. That's what my brother was
Not
saying
even
earlier.
oh beautiful Guyana those songs. They don't have a clue of how to sing it. And sometimes I'm appalled, but you know what? We have to lay it at the 25 years of the PPP. I can remember going to school. We had it was imperative that we wrote those songs down and we learned them. Now that isn't being done because these people as leaders, they don't put Guyana first. There is nothing about patriotism.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about what they can grab and what they can get.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if you do not love what you get, it will become destruction to you
We got a
and all
phrase for
those
that.
around you. And that is what is happening in Guyana. Sad to say, but it's Independence Day with mixed, pre-Independence Day with mixed feelings. I would still want to hold out hope and to encourage
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Guyanese
Most
people
of us.
not to give up
Yeah, yeah. Thanks
because
for
the
that.
longest rope has an end.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Don't give up,
God
folks.
delivered the Israelites from the Egyptians. And I hope in the near future, Guyana would be delivered. Thank you, Sharon and Jarita. Happy Independence to Guyana.
Same to you as well. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Jarita, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm here. I'm still reflecting on some of our national songs. I was just quoting one of the stanza of our national anthem, and I'm thinking about the song of the Republic. And the all the meaning that comes to those words. And song of the Republic. For the folks out there that knows this song, it says, "We'll forge a nation's mighty soul, construct a nation's frame." Freedom our everlasting goal, courage and truth our aim. Unyielding in our quest for peace, like ancient heroes brave, to strive and never cease, with strength beyond the slave. These words, they mean something. They mean a lot to
They
us as
do, they
Guyanese. And
do,
I
they
think we
do,
need to all do
they do.
some introspection and to say what does it mean to be Guyanese? What
Yeah,
does it mean
yeah,
to us to be Guyanese?
correct. And we're watching the clock. And they said, here's another contributor.
Hello, Dorita. Hello, Sharad.
Hello,
Happy Independence
Candy.
Day to you guys, and happy Independence to my friend Izzy. Anyways, my contribution today, Sharad, is Scandal Market is looking so scanty right now. I'm ashamed to walk through the market.
Wow.
It's like it's an empty market with just empty stands there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has anything proper to sell. It's so ashamed to say this. When Ranger was in power, the scandal market used to be so bright and everybody used to be so up and everything was going very, very good. I don't know why. Why this man don't just walk off the map, Marajang? You need to get the hell out of this country and move out of this planet as well. I don't think he needs to live on Earth. I think he needs to go live on Mars. He's a wicked person. Yes, I agree with that previous caller that said he's a wicked, wicked man and a deceitful man. Every day, there's so many foreign investors coming in here. You know what they're doing to our country? They're damaging our country. They're raping the country, blatantly raping it every single day, and they has nothing to say. They are signing these contracts, and they're not signing the contract with the benefit that are the royalty and the insurance as well in case of emergency. You know, the man signed five more contracts, and all of them is at Lisa one, and the rest of them one that the man has had this contract signed for the 12%. I think Barrett Jack there is selling this country out behind our backs, and we will have nothing left by the time we get him out of there. Thank
Behind
you.
me,
Bye bye. Enjoy your
thanks so much,
weekend.
Candy. Behind me backs alone. Behind me backs alone, my lord, 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 lord. I think William wants to get to us again.
Hey, Sharad, sorry to double dip,
Double dip, my
but do
brother,
you
double
know the
dip.
person who wrote the words to the national anthem? I met the man as a little child in New
Wow.
Amsterdam.
Hmm.
He was the minister of the All Saints Anglican Church in New Amsterdam, Leonard Luca.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Good, 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 good.
Quite a bit of history there. I'm hearing the contributors, as you're saying, they're being taken there to actually witness the ship coming with the documents that says that we're independent now.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
quite some occasions
Yeah,
persons have
yeah.
lived through. Now actually meeting the person that wrote the words there to the national anthem. These are things that we need to speak about. These are persons that we need to keep reflecting on, and they had walked a path in order to write those words. It came from something, it came from an experience.
Correct is right. Correct is right. And we hope that folks like Guyana Spectator got such an experience. Sooner or
um
later.
it takes a special, I think it takes a special gift to not be able to partition your mind and put up such a blockade that you are not able to actually accept that this is what was and this is what happened along the way for us to get to where we are. And we have to learn to look at things very strategically, and sometimes it requires us looking at it dispassionately if we want to actually move forward in a manner that Guyanese benefit equitably across the table from the resources that are available to us. And then in 56 years after, people deserve a whole lot.
A whole lot more.
Yes.
A whole lot more. But as our colleague Amanda often says, we got to demand more.
Yes.
We deserve
Yes.
more. We got to
Yes.
demand more, folks. I think this is going to do it for us. This and 56 years, happy independence. Thanks to all our contributors who came through today. Whiskey Session and Corinne Band. We see you guys. Carmilla, good to see you. I see Carmilla chasing Jason. Jason left the guy with the one sexy subject. Oh, fancy thing.
Oh my.
You're serious, Leonard Fraser, Isabella Butters. Happy Independence, Isabella. Happy Independence, Lynette, and Happy Independence, Marilyn. Of course, goes with us without saying. Marilyn Thomas says, "Guyana Spectator is a mess." Yeah, 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 yeah. We tend to agree with you, but there's still hope.
I
There's still
know
hope.
that Guyana Spectre is always in the comment section, so I think a question, needs to be answered by him or her directly to say that, what does it mean? What does 56 years of independence mean to you as a person, whether or not you have a family, children, and so forth, and what do you hope that say 70 years down the line, when we are at Guyana's 70th, when we get to that point, what do you want to see? What do you envision for for the country, for your children, and how do you want them to be living? And I think those are the questions that we need to ask ourselves when we every time we reach this benchmark, a year, another year added on. For me, I can tell you that I want my children to be living in a country that has um, equity, and a country that has equal opportunities for them, or equitable opportunities
Yeah.
for them all together, and more so to live in a country with that is not as divisive as we are seeing right now. So there's a lot of work to be done on. Everybody
A
has to
lot
be
of
on.
work to be done.
Everybody has to get on board. That's what I want to
Yep,
say.
yep.
I have to do my part. You have to do your part, because at the end of the day, our children is going to be left to grapple with whatever is it that we are doing today.
Correct, correct. And our national poet Martin Carter says, all are involved and all are consumed. We all are involved. Better must come, to quote Trinidad Law Nigel Hughes. Better must come. We want more, we got to demand more. Good having Yvonne Ramasar again, a spectator, Gigi Betts and Carl Miller. Yvonne, good to see you. Savage Rizal, good to see you guys. Edward Gonzalez. We're going to be back in the ring at 8 this evening, guys. Then we take a break from all our programs tomorrow to reflect on how we've come at 56 individually, guys. Hope you guys spend some time doing that. We're going to refire. We're going to be back on Friday, guys, with all our regular programming. Quincy Cruz, good to see you. Avril Edwards, good to see you as well.
Yeah, I see. Is it Julian Bush Roberts? Hey, how are you doing? And I believe that we have is it Rosalind Harry in house saying happy Independence Guyana. Believe it or not, we have to own it. We have to own the
Yeah.
56
Yeah.
years of independence. We have to own it, whether or not we like it. This is our reality right now.
Correct is right.
That is what it is.
Correct is right.
And if we want, I think we have to confront whatever challenges is it before us right now and own up to it. And that's the only way we're going to be able to
Correct is right.
actually carve a pathway forward that we are proud of as Guyanese.
Correct is right. Guys, we're so thankful for all of you being here. Alex Boom, Carl Miller, see you later. And Leonard Fraser, Whiskey Session, as we said, Fiola, Thom, and Ronald Isaacs, Gloria Gordon, all of you fantastic folks. We'll see you guys back this evening. This is our time, this is our program. Please, folks, please, please, please help us to keep the doors open and the lights on. You know what we got to do. We're available via Cash App. We're available via PayPal, via Zelle, MMG, MoneyGram, and Western Union. Please, folks, help us to get to where we need to be in terms of reaching our monthly responsibilities at this end. 627-6963 is the number if you want some more information. 627-6963. Help us along. Please and thank you. Peace and power. See you guys back at 8 this evening. Trina has the final word.
Yeah, as I'm given the privilege of the final word, what I'm going to say, I'm going to advise you guys, tomorrow, you just go out there, see on your own Facebook pages what 56 years of independence mean to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us, and happy independence, Guyana. 56 years. Where have we been? Where did we come from? Where are we today? And most importantly, where do you want to see us moving forward?
Yep.
To live in a state of national unity. One people, one nation, one destiny and creed.